familiar. So if you don't know by now, then you should probably get familiar.
Hey everyone, it's Ghostrider15 here on Jinzo&Tonic's channel. I'm here to show and explain my list I played at the Patreon exclusive World Championship qualifier. I decided to play Chaos Turbo and I ended up in 4th place. The reason I decided to play Chaos Turbo is because I think it's the best deck, and it's the deck I play about 99% of the time on ladder. If you know me, you know all I play is Chaos Turbo basically. So I decided to play 1 BLS, 1 Chaos Sorcerer, 3 Thunder Dragon, 2 Magician of Faith, 3 Spies, 3 Decoy Chi, 2 Night Assailant, 1 Sinister Serpent, 1 Sangan, 1 Tomato, 1 Breaker, 2 Nox, the Trinity, Snatch Steel, Heavy Storm, MST, 2 Upstart Goblins, 3 Book of Moon, 3 Solemn Judgment, 3 Regeki Break, Mirror Force, and Ring of Destruction. And for the side deck, I decided to play Widespread Ruins, Sakuretsu Armors, Mind Controls, Kaiku, Skill Dark Magician, and 2 Royal Decrees. So, the reason I decided to play only 2 or only 1 Chaos Sorcerer is because right now, Trap Dust Shoot is really popular in the meta. So if you do happen to open up multiple Chaos Sorcerers, it can be really bad because your opponent can just select the actual card you can play that turn and leave you with 2 Chaos Sorcerers turn 1, which is really bad for you. So I wanted to maximize consistency over power, and I think consistency is much more important in like an 8-round event. And I decided to play 1 Tomato because in testing, Tomato was a really good card because it lets you get it Sangan real quick, and then you can search for Sinister Serpent. Sinister is really important in this deck because I played triple Regeki Break and Graceful Charity. I wanted to play multiple Tomatoes, but the thing is that once you search for Sangan, or once you special summon Sangan, there's not really other great targets you can get. You can get Spy, you can get Decoy Chi, Night Assailant, but they're not that great without Book of Moon, and I'm not playing Tsukiyomi, so I can't flip them face down and flip them back up, so I think 1 Tomato is fine. 2 Upstart Goblins. The reason I decided to play Upstart is because I think Upstart's a really good card. Like, yeah, I know life points do matter sometimes, but I wanted to draw into the power cards faster than my opponent. I think it's really important to try to get into Pot, Graceful, Delinquent Duo, BLS, Snatch Steal. Like, they're really powerful cards that you need sometimes. The life points wasn't really an issue. Like, there were a couple times where it did matter, but I think Upstart is worth playing still. 3 Book of Moons because I am playing Royal Decree in the side, so I don't want to play a bunch of traps and then not be able to use any trap when I do side in the decrees. And Book of Moon is a decent card in Turbo anyway, so I think 3 was fine. I played 3 Solemn Judgments. I've been playing 3 Solemn Judgments for a while now in Turbo. I'm starting to see it become much more popular now, and for a good reason. The card is really strong. You can negate the Trinity, you can negate BLS, and they can't use priority because you're negating the summon. You do pay half your life, so you do have to be a bit careful with how you play the card, but as long as you're able to have life points, you're still in the duel. So Solemn Judgment is a really, really strong card. Let's see. I'm not playing Torrential Tribute because in this deck you really don't want to destroy your own board because most of my monsters are flip effect monsters, And if I'm playing against something like warriors and they summon a Blade Knight or a Mystic Swordsman level 2, I don't want to have to use a Torrential Tribute just to destroy their monster, because if I do that, I'm going to lose my own monster, and it's usually a flip effect monster. And I end up going -1 on that, so I decided not to play it. For the side deck, I went with 6 battle traps, the Sakuretsu Swarmers and the Widespread Ruins. The reason for that is warriors. You need a way to stop them from gaining advantage, and most of their advantage comes from the battle phase with cards like Donzalug, Blade Knight, Mystic Swordsman level 2, Kaiku to banish your monsters. It all happens during the battle phase, and these cards are the perfect answer to that, so I decided to go with those cards, and it worked out really well. For the mirror, I do side in the triple mind controls. I usually try to hold on to these, not use them turn 1 unless I really have to, because sometimes your opponent can just set a bluff like a Sinister Serpent or a Sanged. So I think it's better to hold on to it, especially when they do have a Chaos Monster on board, and you could just use it on those 2 monsters, like a Chaos Sorcerer or a BLS. The 2 Kaikus, they're okay. I didn't really use them too often because it was hard to get in damage against the mirror. It's still a really strong card. Unfortunately, it does lose to Tsukiyomi, which was a bit of an issue, but it was okay. And then 2 Skilled Dark Magicians. This card was the MVP. I really like this card because it runs over Kaiku. It runs over cards like the Grandmaster Ninja, that's 1800 attack, and it doesn't lose to Tsukiyomi. It's a dark monster. This card was really strong throughout the whole tournament. And then I played 2 Decrees because I was really afraid of burn, especially the Panda burn deck. I've been losing to a lot of burn decks lately, so I felt like I had to have Decree on the side no matter what. And I did play against one Panda burn deck round 2 against my friend AJT BLS. The Decree did come in handy because he does play a lot of burn cards, so that was really good. The reason I decided not to play Trap Dust Shoot is because from testing, I kept drawing it like turn 3, turn 4, and by that time, my opponent only had about 3 cards in hand, and it was really easy for them to play around the Trap Dust Shoot. And once my card is set there for a long time, it becomes pretty obvious that it's a Trap Dust Shoot, so they'll just keep playing around it. And the card's only really good like turn 1 or 2, maybe turn 3, but after that the card just gets really weak. So I don't think the card is worth playing. That's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree, but based on what I've been seeing and playing, I don't like the card personally. And another controversial card that I decided not to play is Card Destruction. I didn't play Card Destruction because I don't like the card going second, and about half of my matches, my opponent's going to start with a Thunder Dragon, and I don't like giving them free cards. And I also think the card is really bad when you open up Chaos Sorcerer or Blackluster Soldier, because it forces you to preemptively summon the monsters before you play Card Destruction, because if you just play card destruction and get rid of your boss monsters, it's pretty bad. And I don't want to have to do that, so I decided not to play it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you like the deck list. I hope you like my brief analysis of how the deck works and my choices on the list. Thanks for Jinzo&Tonic for having me on his channel. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Take care.